In these examples, we will be tying the properties of a parallelogram to some algebra. Okay, so this first example here says the quadrilateral below is a parallelogram. Find the value of z in the figure below. So if this is a parallelogram, that means the diagonals are bisected. And if our diagonals are bisected, we need to set 3z minus 4 equal to z plus 5. Which means that z is 4.5. Example 2 says find the value of x and y in the figure below if the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So to find x, first thing, consecutive angles, or angles that are right next to each other in a parallelogram, are supplementary. So to find x, 4x plus 2x minus 6 has to equal 180 degrees. That's supplementary, means their sum is equal to 180 degrees. So 6x minus 6 equals 180. And x is 31. Okay, but to find y, our opposite sides are congruent for parallelograms. So we can set 5y equal to y plus 8. And y equals 2. Number 3. Quadrilateral is a parallelogram, and we need to find the values of x, y, and z. Okay, so just like above in example number 2, we have a pair of opposite sides that is congruent. So we can set 5x equal to 27. To find x. Okay, just like in example 1, we've got some diagonals here. So 2y minus 5 has to be equal to y plus 4 because our diagonals are bisected. That finds y to be 9. Okay. Now to find z, the definition of a parallelogram is that opposite sides are parallel. So QR is parallel to TS, and if this is our transversal, 33 degrees and 3z, those are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles are congruent, so we can set 3z equal to 33. And z is 11. Okay. Now, example 4 says determine the coordinates of the intersection of the diagonals of a parallelogram, and then it gives us our vertices. Remember, diagonals are bisected. So if our diagonals are bisected, we need to find the midpoint of just one diagonal. We don't even have to do it for both diagonals, just one diagonal. Okay, so F G H, and we'll say J. F G H and J. So the diagonals, we can find the midpoint of FH, or we can find the midpoint of GJ, either one. That midpoint is going to be the intersection of our two diagonals, okay? And if you recall, we add our x-coordinates divided by 2 to find our x-coordinate of our midpoint, and do the same thing with our y-coordinates. So we'll just say the midpoint of FH. Okay, we've got a -2 plus 2 divided by 2, and a 4 plus a -3 divided by 2 for our y-coordinate. -2 plus 2 is 0. 4 plus a -3 is a +1. So the intersection point of the diagonals of this parallelogram is 0, 1/2.